That is zina. And so the punishment of that is mi'ata jalda, means 100 lashes. Okay, but again, I want to just clarify the disagreement between the scholars. The disagreement between the scholars happened exactly on the word of zina, zaniya, az-zaniyatu waz-zani. Okay, because in Arabic language as well as in English, it is different. For example, if you lie once, are you called liar in English language? My question to you.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
No, it depends. Yeah.
For example, if I will say to you, that person is a liar. That's one thing. And the second thing, that person lied. Is both same?
I think lied is like he did it already,
Did,
or
yeah,
she.
did.
It's
Yeah,
already
but
been
liar
done
is
consistently.
excellent. So exactly same thing in Arabic. Liar is attribute. Person is doing it all the time.
So it's a verb that's continuously being done.
Each person is doing it. It's his attribute.
Yeah.
Okay? But zana means he did it. But he may not be a person of doing it. For example, even the truthworthy person may lie, but it does not make him to be liar. But for you to be called a liar, you have to do it continuously. You have to be known by. So the first disagreement between Muslim scholars happened on that bit. So is this Quran, is this ayah referring to actual zaniya and zani, which is the literal meaning, so it's attribute, so he's doing it all the time? Or is he referring, this ayah, is it referring to the one who does it even once? So is it noun, attribute, okay, or is it verb, so just doing it once? That is first disagreement.
Okay.
The second disagreement is, so is it applied? So is it general? Or is it adultery and fornication is different? Okay, so the four madhahib of Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah, they say it is different. Okay, so then they distinguish between the punishment of adultery and the punishment of fornication. And also, more than that, they say, for example, let's suppose that someone is widowed, but he was married, or divorced for, let's say, 10 years. So if he commits zina, so they class him as adultery and not fornication. So it just goes very far. So that's what Quran says. So Quran mentions about lashing. Okay, so that is one thing. Okay, but in terms of the narrations and the ahadith, Dr. Mahfouz Saab was asking, so where we have all of these like controversial things, So for example, the first narration, which is actually rejected by Imam Abu Hanifa by himself. Okay, so they say that, so Prophet Muhammad, so two people, Jews, okay, couples, they committed adultery, and rabbis brought him to Prophet Muhammad, okay, saying, Ya Abu Qasim, what shall we do? Okay, so in that narration it says Prophet Muhammad asked them to bring the Bible. So they brought the Bible, and then it was written in there that you have to stone. Okay, so then Prophet Muhammad says, so as it is written, so do it. Abu Hanifa rejected this narration. Okay, so he said, stoning is not applicable on Jews, means Ahlul Kitab, we do not do that. So he rejected this hadith. Okay, and further they say, yes, if it is like fornication, so then 100 lashes and throwing him out of his motherland for 1 whole year. This 1 whole year is not in Quran, And then, but what about if he's if it is fornication, so then 100 lashes and stoning. No any of them is mentioned in Quran. Okay, so because he's asking what is in Quran and what is in Hadith. So that's what I explain. And also our Hanafi scholars rejected this Hadith. They said there is no lashing with throwing out as well as lashing with stoning in one person. So they rejected this. So it is going to be quite long, like a discussion, But or otherwise, in terms of the stoning business, as well, differentiating between fornication and adultery, it is in all of the four madhahib of Ahlul Sunnah, and more than that, it is in even, as far as I know, in Jafari, Zaydi, and Ibadi, all of the contemporary sects of Islam, as far as I know. But Quran, as I mentioned, it mentions only zina for both, classes that as zina, without distinguishing between this and that, as well as Quran mentions about 100 lashes. And stoning is only mentioned about the prophets. When prophets came, So most likely they were afraid from their tribes that they would be stoning them. Okay, so prophets, Quran quotes the episodes where prophets, Musa alayhi salam, and some of the other prophets, asking Allah to protect them from their tribes who wanted to stone the prophets, you know. So Rajam, stone, is mentioned in that context. So stoning the prophets, the oppressive disbelievers, stoning the prophets for them bringing this truth and light to the world, actually. So that is the, I think, answer. If they want to know some more, Dr. Mahfoud or anyone, so they can give us a call. We can discuss about it further, inshallah. But that is all about it. That is all about it.
Okay.
So in terms of hadith,
Yes,
and
it's
yeah.
very comprehensive. Thank you very much. Remember, this